I also think it's bad theology because, again, I mentioned that my granddad was Baptist. So I come from a tradition that cherished the separation of church and state. The first time that Jefferson ever used that phrase, wall of separation between church and state, it was in a letter to the Danbury Baptists. Because like any good politician, he was trying to speak their language. And Baptists and Protestant Christians in this country in particular really valued religious freedom and religious liberty and preventing the government from picking and choosing between faith traditions. And back then, it was really between different kinds of Christians, right? Between Catholics and Protestants, Lutherans and Presbyterians and Methodists. And so we have to acknowledge that the separation of church and state doesn't just benefit the state, it also benefits the church. Because once government and political power gets too cozy with religion, that's when we as a church lose our prophetic voice, our ability to speak truth to power, to call out government officials, which is a proud tradition we have in Christianity. And so when I talk to my fellow Christians, I always try to emphasize how this benefits us to have this separation, to have this establishment clause and this free exercise clause in the First Amendment. And I think it's incredibly irresponsible for someone like J.D. Vance to try to blur the lines in this sacred boundary.